Did you know that Istanbul is leading the way in sustainable fashion? In this video, we're going to explore how Istanbul has become the global capital of sustainable fashion. We'll look at how the city is using technology to track the sustainability of fashion products, how it's supporting local artisans and designers, and how it's inspiring a new generation of conscious consumers. So let's get started. If you are not from around here, welcome to Istanbul, okay? This is one of the most exciting cities in the world. Istanbul is known for its rich history, stunning architecture, and vibrant culture. But did you know that it is also at the forefront of the sustainable fashion revolution? That's right. This city is leading the way in eco-friendly and ethical fashion. Istanbul is home to a growing number of sustainable fashion brands, designers, and entrepreneurs who are changing the way we think about fashion. From upcycled clothing to vegan materials, these innovators are creating stylish and sustainable products that are good for the planet and good for business. And it's all thanks to the city's unique combination of tradition, innovation, and a commitment to sustainability. To better understand this trend, we need to first take a look at what's happening in the world of fashion. The fashion industry is one of the most polluting industries in the world. It is responsible for 10% of global carbon emissions and uses 93 million tons of oil-based materials every year. Not to mention, the fashion industry is also a major consumer of water, using 20 trillion liters every year. The good news is that there is a growing movement towards sustainable and ethical fashion. Consumers are becoming more aware of the impact of their clothing choices and are demanding more transparency and accountability from fashion brands. Luckily, Istanbul is leading the way. So why is Istanbul becoming the global capital of sustainable fashion? To answer this question, we spoke with experts in the field. According to them, there are three main reasons why Istanbul is becoming the global capital of sustainable fashion. The first reason is Istanbul's rich history of craftsmanship and design. Istanbul has a long-standing tradition of producing high-quality textiles and apparel. The city is home to skilled artisans who have been trained in traditional techniques that have been passed down for generations. This heritage of craftsmanship has laid the foundation for the city's thriving fashion industry. Moreover, Istanbul is a hub for textile production with a large number of factories and suppliers located in and around the city. This makes it easy for fashion brands to source high-quality materials and products locally, reducing transportation costs and emissions. Furthermore, Istanbul has a long history of being a trading center. This has made the city a melting pot of cultures and ideas, which has inspired many designers to experiment with different styles and create unique pieces that reflect the city's diverse influences. The second reason is the emergence of sustainable fashion as a global trend. As consumers become more aware of the environmental and social impact of their purchasing decisions, they are demanding more sustainable and ethical options from fashion brands. This shift in consumer behavior has created a growing market for sustainable fashion. In response to this trend, Istanbul has seen a surge in the number of sustainable fashion brands, designers, and entrepreneurs. These innovators are using eco-friendly materials, reducing waste, and promoting transparency and accountability in their supply chains. The The third reason is government support for the sustainable fashion industry in Istanbul. The government recognizes the importance of sustainability and is committed to supporting businesses that prioritize environmental and social responsibility. For example, the government has launched initiatives to promote green manufacturing and has provided incentives for companies to adopt sustainable practices. Additionally, the government has invested in research and development to support the development of new sustainable materials and technologies. All these factors are contributing to make Istanbul the global capital of sustainable fashion. The city's rich history of craftsmanship and design, the growing demand for sustainable fashion and government support are all creating a perfect storm that is propelling Istanbul to the forefront of the sustainable fashion movement. But how exactly is Istanbul using technology to track the sustainability of fashion products? Let's dive deeper into this fascinating aspect of Istanbul's sustainable fashion scene. Istanbul is leveraging technology to enhance transparency and accountability in the fashion supply chain. One way Istanbul is doing this is through the use of blockchain technology. Blockchain is a decentralized and transparent digital ledger that can be used to track the origin and movement of products throughout the supply chain. By using blockchain, fashion brands can provide consumers with detailed information about the materials, production processes, and labor conditions involved in making their clothes. This helps consumers make informed purchasing decisions and ensures that workers' rights are respected. For example, a company uses blockchain technology to track the journey of its leather goods from raw materials to finished product. Consumers can scan a tag on the product to access information about the materials used, the factory where it was made, and the workers who made it. This level of transparency allows consumers to make more ethical and sustainable choices. Another way Istanbul is using technology to track the sustainability of fashion products is through the use of artificial intelligence, or AI. AI-powered systems can analyze vast amounts of data to identify areas of the supply chain where sustainability can be improved. For example, an AI-powered system can analyze data on water usage in textile production to identify areas where water consumption can be reduced. This information can then be used to develop more sustainable production processes. Additionally, AI-powered chatbots and virtual assistants can be used to provide consumers with information about the sustainability of fashion products. This can help consumers make more informed purchasing decisions and can also help brands promote their sustainable products to the right audience. One company based in Istanbul is using AI-powered software to help fashion brands measure the sustainability of their products. The software analyzes data on materials, production processes, and transportation to provide a sustainability score for each product. Brands can use this information to improve the sustainability of their products and communicate their sustainability efforts to consumers. Another innovative way Istanbul is tracking the sustainability of fashion products is through the use of smart tags. Smart tags are small devices that can be attached to clothing items to provide consumers with information about the garment's sustainability. For example, a smart tag can provide information about the materials used, the production process, and the garment's carbon footprint. These tags can be read by smartphones, allowing consumers to access information about the garment's sustainability with ease. A company based in Istanbul is developing smart tags that can be woven into clothing during the manufacturing process. The tags contain information about the garment's sustainability, including the materials used and the production process. Consumers can scan the tags with their smartphones to access this information. Overall, Istanbul is a leader in the use of technology to track the sustainability of fashion products. By embracing innovation and collaboration, Istanbul is setting an example for other cities around the world to follow. Let's move on to the next point. How is Istanbul supporting local artisans and designers? Istanbul is renowned for its rich cultural heritage and traditional craftsmanship. The city's artisans have been creating exquisite works of art for centuries, passing down their skills and knowledge from one generation to the next. However, in recent years, many of these traditional crafts have been under threat due to the rise of mass production and globalization. But Istanbul is taking steps to protect and promote its cultural heritage by supporting local artisans and designers. One way Istanbul is supporting local artisans is through the establishment of craft centers and workshops. These centers provide artisans with the resources and training they need to continue their craft and also serve as platforms for showcasing and selling their products. For example, the Istanbul Craft Center, which was established to preserve and promote traditional Turkish crafts, provides artisans with studio space, training, and marketing support. Another example is the Katakoy Craftsman's Workshop, which supports local woodworkers, leatherworkers, and ceramicists. These workshops not only help artisans to maintain their traditional crafts, but also provide them with a source of income. In addition to craft centers and workshops, Istanbul is also supporting local designers through fashion incubators and accelerators. These programs provide designers with the mentorship, funding, and resources they need to grow their businesses and reach new heights. One example is the Istanbul Fashion Incubator, which was established to support emerging Turkish fashion designers. The program provides designers with office space, mentorship, and funding to develop their collections. Another example is the Vogue Talents, which is a global initiative that supports young designers and helps them gain international recognition. Istanbul has been a part of this initiative since 2014 and has helped many local designers to gain international exposure. To further support local artisans and designers, Istanbul is also hosting events and festivals that celebrate traditional craftsmanship and promote sustainable fashion. One example is the Istanbul Biennial, which is an international contemporary art festival that showcases the works of local and international artists. The festival also features installations and performances that highlight traditional Turkish crafts. Another example is the Sustainable Fashion Week Istanbul, which promotes sustainable and ethical fashion and showcases the works of local designers. Through these initiatives, Istanbul is ensuring that its rich cultural heritage is preserved and promoted while also supporting its local economy and providing employment opportunities for local artisans and designers. So what can we learn from Istanbul's journey towards becoming the global capital of sustainable fashion? First and foremost, Istanbul demonstrates that it is possible to combine tradition and sustainability. The city's artisans have been creating exquisite works of art for centuries while using eco-friendly materials and techniques. By embracing their traditional craftsmanship and promoting it on a global scale, Istanbul has been able to carve out a niche for itself in the sustainable fashion industry. Secondly, Istanbul shows that government support is crucial for promoting sustainable fashion. The government has been actively involved in supporting local designers and promoting sustainable fashion through various initiatives and events. This support has created a fertile ground for sustainable fashion to thrive in Istanbul. Finally, Istanbul teaches us the importance of embracing diversity. The city's rich cultural heritage and diversity have inspired many designers to experiment with different styles and create unique pieces that reflect the city's diverse influences. By embracing diversity, Istanbul has been able to produce some of the most innovative and sustainable fashion products. In conclusion, Istanbul is indeed the global capital of sustainable fashion. The city has managed to combine tradition, sustainability, technology, and government support in a unique way that has led it to the forefront of the sustainable fashion movement. By embracing innovation, supporting local artisans, and promoting sustainable practices, Istanbul is setting an example for other cities around the world to follow. Thank you for joining us on this journey to discover the secrets behind Istanbul's success in the sustainable fashion industry. We hope you have learned something new and perhaps even gained some inspiration for your own life. This is an all-white city where everyone dresses like it's 1920. And this is me. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are in Istanbul, Turkey, a historical and cultural hub that has been home to many civilizations throughout history. With its strategic location between Europe and Asia, Istanbul has been a major center of trade and commerce for centuries. But now it's becoming a major player in fashion too, with upcoming designers leading the way. In recent years, Istanbul has become one of the world's top 10 fashion capitals, attracting fashion enthusiasts and industry professionals from around the globe. The city's rich history and culture, combined with its dynamic and innovative designers, have made it a hotspot for fashion lovers. In this video, we will be exploring the rise of Istanbul as a fashion capital, the challenges faced by the industry in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the city's potential for growth and innovation in the future. So let's dive into the world of Istanbul fashion and see what makes this city so special. It's no secret that Turkey has a thriving textile industry. In fact, it's one of the world's largest producers and exporters of textiles and apparel. The industry contributes significantly to the Turkish economy and provides jobs to thousands of people. However, in recent years, the sector has been facing some major problems, and the effects of these issues can still be seen today. So what exactly happened? Well, it all started when the Central Bank of Turkey lowered interest rates to stimulate the economy after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. But this decision had unintended consequences. The value of the Turkish lira plummeted, making imports more expensive and hurting local manufacturers who couldn't compete with cheap foreign alternatives. But wait, there's more. On top of that, the Turkish government introduced new regulations that required exporters to sell a certain percentage of their products back in Turkey, which led to a surplus of goods in the domestic market. This was especially problematic for the ready-to-wear sector, which was already struggling due to the rising cost of materials and production. All of this resulted in a sharp decline in the ready-to-wear clothing sector with a whopping 40% drop in exports. But despite these challenges, Turkey's fashion industry has shown incredible resilience. The country is home to some of the most talented designers and manufacturers in the world, and they're not giving up easily. Instead, they're coming up with innovative solutions to keep the industry afloat. So how did they do it? Well, one of the ways they accomplished this feat was by embracing technology. Many companies invested in advanced manufacturing equipment to stay competitive and produce high-quality goods at affordable prices. For example, one company we spoke with uses computer-aided design and manufacturing systems to create intricate designs that would have been impossible to produce before. Another company has invested in automated cutting machines that allow them to produce garments with greater precision and efficiency. By adopting these new technologies, Turkish companies are able to maintain their competitive edge and produce goods that meet the demands of the global marketplace. Another strategy that has helped the fashion industry in Turkey is a focus on sustainability. Consumers are increasingly looking for eco-friendly and ethically produced goods, and companies that prioritize sustainability are better positioned. To meet this demand, many Turkish companies are responding by implementing sustainable practices throughout their supply chains, from sourcing materials to manufacturing and distribution. This includes reducing waste, using eco-friendly materials, and ensuring that their factories comply with international labor standards. By taking these steps, Turkish companies are not only helping the environment, but they're also enhancing their brand reputation and appealing to a growing segment of conscious consumers. Now let's talk about the exciting developments in the world of Turkish denim. Companies in the region are investing in advanced washing technologies that allow them to create unique and innovative washes that have never been seen before. One company we spoke with has invested in a robotic washing machine that can create different washes on different parts of the same garment. Another company has developed a technique to create natural-looking whiskers and other distressing effects without damaging the fabric. These innovative techniques are helping Turkish denim manufacturers to stand out in the global market and cater to the ever-changing demands of fashion. But it's not just about adopting new technologies and implementing sustainable practices. It's also about creating a unique identity for Turkish fashion. Many designers and industry professionals are working hard to promote Turkish fashion on the global stage and showcase the country's rich cultural heritage. This includes organizing fashion shows, participating in international trade fairs, and collaborating with international designers. By building a strong brand identity, Turkish fashion is becoming more recognizable and desirable on the global stage. Despite the challenges faced by the industry, there is reason to be optimistic about the future of fashion in Istanbul. The city has a long and storied history of producing beautiful and innovative textiles and clothing. And the new generation of designers and manufacturers are carrying on that tradition while embracing new technologies and sustainable practices. If the industry continues to innovate and adapt, Istanbul could very well become one of the world's premier fashion capitals. So what does the future hold for Istanbul fashion? We spoke with several industry insiders to get their thoughts on the matter. One designer we spoke with believes that the city's rich history and culture will continue to be a major source of inspiration for designers. Another believes that Istanbul's strategic location between Europe and Asia will make it a hub for international fashion brands looking to expand into new markets. And another believes that the city's talented pool of designers and manufacturers will continue to attract attention from all over the world. Overall, the outlook for Istanbul fashion is bright. The city has all the ingredients necessary to become a major player in the global fashion industry. It's home to a talented pool of designers and manufacturers, has a rich history and culture that can inspire new trends, and is strategically located between two continents. With continued investment in new technologies and sustainable practices, Istanbul fashion is poised for greatness. What do you think? Do you think Istanbul has what it takes to become one of the world's leading fashion capitals? Let us know in the comments below. As for me, I'm excited to see how the city's fashion industry continues to evolve, and I can't wait to see what the future brings. But before we go, let us take a look at some of the best street style we saw during our time in Istanbul. From classic Turkish attire to modern and trendy outfits, Istanbul's streets are a melting pot of styles, and we loved seeing it all. Whether you're looking for inspiration for your own wardrobe or just want to see what's hot in Istanbul, look no further than the city's stylish residents. Now, if you're interested in learning more about what it takes to be a fashion influencer, I recently made a video sharing all my top tips. I've learned since starting my channel everything from how to grow your following to how to collaborate with brands. So if you're interested in taking your fashion blog or YouTube channel to the next level, definitely check it out. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day. And here is one of my favorite outfits I saw during our trip. So she has a classic black and white ensemble, but then adds a pop of color with her shoes. You don't have to be matchy-matchy. You can add a little bit of personality to your outfit by adding a bright colored shoe. So whether you're going for a monochrome look or a bold and colorful one, there's no shortage of stylish inspiration to be found in Istanbul. Thanks for joining us on our exploration of Istanbul's vibrant fashion scene. We'll see you next time. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we are excited to share with you an amazing news about the city of Istanbul in Turkey. You see, in recent years, Istanbul has been facing some serious challenges like air pollution, traffic congestion, and a lack of green spaces. But guess what? The city government is taking big steps to turn things around and make Istanbul a greener, cleaner, and healthier place for everyone. And it's all happening thanks to a new project called Istanbul Sustainable Fashion Takes Over. This innovative project aims to reduce waste, promote recycling, and encourage sustainable practices in the fashion industry. Let us take a closer look at this exciting initiative and explore how it is making a positive impact on the environment and the community. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be inspired by the amazing work being done in Istanbul. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more updates on sustainable living and environmental protection. Before we dive into the details of the project, let's take a moment to appreciate the significance of sustainability in today's world. As we become more aware of the impact of our choices on the planet, There is a growing demand for eco-friendly and responsible practices in all aspects of our lives, including fashion. The fashion industry is known for its significant environmental impact, from the production and manufacturing processes to the disposal of unwanted items. However, there is a shift towards sustainability and conscious consumerism. People are becoming more mindful of the materials used, the ethical treatment of workers, and the overall environmental footprint of the fashion products they buy. This change in mindset has paved the way for innovative projects like Istanbul Sustainable Fashion takes over. The project aims to address the issue of textile waste and promote recycling in the fashion industry. By encouraging individuals to donate their used clothing, the project reduces the amount of waste sent to landfills. Additionally, it raises awareness about the importance of reducing, reusing, and recycling materials, contributing to a circular economy. The recycled materials are then used to create new products, giving them a second life and reducing the demand for virgin resources. Furthermore, the project supports local businesses and creates job opportunities in the recycling and upcycling sectors. By investing in these businesses, the project stimulates economic growth while promoting sustainable practices. Moreover, educational programs are often a key component of sustainability initiatives. By raising awareness and educating consumers about sustainable fashion and textile recycling, the project empowers individuals to make informed choices and adopt more eco-friendly practices in their daily lives. Overall, the project serves as a model for other cities and industries to follow, demonstrating that sustainability can drive positive change and create a healthier planet. Now, let's talk about the project's impact on Istanbul. Istanbul is a major fashion hub in Turkey with a significant textile and apparel industry. However, the industry's growth has led to environmental concerns, including textile waste and pollution. The Istanbul Sustainable Fashion Takes Over project aims to tackle these issues head-on. By promoting sustainable fashion practices, the project encourages businesses and consumers to reduce their environmental impact and contribute to a circular economy. One of the ways the project addresses textile waste is through awareness campaigns and collection drives. These initiatives educate the public about the consequences of textile waste and provide convenient methods for disposing of unwanted clothing. The collected items are then sorted and processed for recycling or upcycling. Additionally, the project supports businesses that use recycled materials in their products, creating a market for recycled textiles. This not only reduces waste, but also promotes the use of eco-friendly materials. Furthermore, the project invests in research and development to improve recycling technologies and processes specific to the textile industry. This includes exploring innovative ways to handle complex materials and reduce pollution during the recycling process. By investing in R&D, the project seeks to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of textile recycling in Istanbul. The project also focuses on capacity building, training, and job creation. It provides training programs for individuals who work in the textile, recycling, or related industries. These programs enhance their skills and expertise, contributing to the growth and sustainability of the recycling sector. By investing in human capital, the project ensures that Istanbul is well equipped to manage and process textile waste effectively. The project has already made significant progress in promoting sustainable fashion in Istanbul. Through collaborations with local businesses, government agencies, and NGOs. It has organized numerous events, workshops, and campaigns to raise awareness and drive participation. The collective efforts have resulted in the reduction of textile waste sent to landfills and the creation of new job opportunities in the recycling sector. Istanbul's sustainable fashion takes over has emerged as a successful model for other cities and industries to emulate. Its comprehensive approach to textile waste management, combined with its focus on innovation, capacity building, and job creation, has yielded positive results. By sharing its best practices and lessons learned, the project contributes to the broader goal of sustainable development and environmental protection. The project's achievements have been recognized both locally and internationally. It has received numerous awards and accolades for its innovative and effective approach to textile waste management. The recognition highlights the project's contribution to the circular economy and sustainable fashion. As the project continues to evolve and expand, it is set to have a lasting impact on Istanbul's textile industry and promote environmentally friendly practices on a global scale. Now, let's talk about how Istanbul is implementing the project. The city government is taking a multi-pronged approach to tackle this issue. First and foremost, they are investing in state-of-the-art waste management infrastructure. This includes setting up collection points throughout the city where residents can easily dispose of their used clothing and textiles. These items are then sorted and sent to specialized recycling facilities, where they are transformed into new materials that can be used by local businesses. To encourage participation, the city government is launching awareness campaigns and educational programs. These initiatives aim to inform citizens about the importance of textile recycling and the benefits of reducing waste. The campaigns are conducted through various channels, such as social media, public events, and partnerships with local influencers. Additionally, the city government is working closely with local businesses to promote the use of recycled materials in their products. They provide incentives and support to companies that incorporate recycled textiles into their supply chains, creating a market for recycled materials and reducing the demand for virgin resources. Furthermore, the government is investing in research and development to improve textile recycling technologies. They are collaborating with universities and research institutions to explore innovative ways to handle complex textile materials and reduce pollution during the recycling process. By supporting R&D, the city government aims to enhance the efficiency and sustainability of textile recycling in Istanbul. The city government is also focusing on capacity building and job creation in the textile recycling sector. They are providing training programs and skills development initiatives to equip individuals with the necessary expertise to work in this industry. By investing in human capital, Istanbul is ensuring that it has a skilled workforce to manage and process textile waste effectively. In conclusion, the Istanbul Sustainable Fashion Takes Over project is a comprehensive and forward-thinking initiative that addresses the urgent need for textile recycling and sustainable fashion practices. Through its multi-pronged approach involving waste management infrastructure, awareness campaigns, business collaborations, research and development, as well as capacity building, Istanbul is setting a commendable example for other cities to follow. the project's success in reducing textile waste, promoting recycled materials and creating job opportunities is a testament to its effectiveness. By embracing sustainability and protecting the environment, Istanbul not only enhances its own reputation, but also contributes to the global effort towards a greener and more sustainable future. The fashion industry is one of the most polluting industries in the world. But there are some cities that are leading the way when it comes to sustainable fashion. One city in particular stands out, Istanbul. And in this episode, we'll be exploring what makes Istanbul the ethical fashion capital of the world. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's get into it. Now, you may not associate Turkey with fast fashion. The country is known for its rich history, stunning mosques, and friendly people. But Turkey's largest city has a secret. K's home to over 300,000 garment factories employing around 2 million workers. Now these factories don't produce cheap knockoffs of Western designs. They make high-quality clothes for some of the biggest brands in the world, including Zara, and Uniqlo, and Prada. You may have even shopped from some of these brands without realizing that your clothes were made in Istanbul. But these major brands aren't just outsourcing their production to Istanbul because it's cheap. The city actually boasts cutting-edge technology and a highly skilled workforce. It's also got a strategic location right between Europe and Asia, making it a hub for international trade. But while Istanbul may be a major player in the global fashion industry, the city isn't without its problems. Over the years, the government has prioritized fast fashion over worker safety and environmental protection. As a result, working conditions in many factories are extremely poor, and there have been several deadly accidents in recent years. Additionally, the pollution caused by all these factories is starting to take a toll on the city's environment. But things are changing now. The city's new mayor, Ekrem İmamoğlu, is committed to cleaning up Istanbul's fashion industry and making it more sustainable. He's also working to improve working conditions for the city's garment workers. So what exactly does ethical fashion mean? It's a term that's thrown around a lot these days, but is always clear what it means. In general, it refers to clothing made in a way that respects the rights of both the workers and the environment. This means ensuring safe working conditions, fair wages, and no use of harmful chemicals or excessive water. There are three main pillars to ethical fashion: people, planet, and profit. People refers to the workers who make our clothes. Planet refers to the impact fashion has on the environment, and profit refers to the economic impact of the fashion industry. Ethical fashion is about ensuring that all three of these aspects are taken into account when making clothing. One of the biggest problems with fast fashion is that it encourages overconsumption. When clothes are cheap and plentiful, we're more likely to buy them even if we don't need them. This leads to overflowing closets and landfills. But when we buy fewer clothes and choose quality over quantity, we reduce our impact on the planet. Another problem with fast fashion is that it often involves exploiting garment workers. Many of these workers are paid less than a living wage and work in unsafe conditions. But when we support ethical fashion, we help ensure that garment workers are treated fairly and can earn a decent living. So how do we know if the clothes we're buying are ethical? There are a few things to look out for. First, check the label. Clothing made in Istanbul will have a label that says "Made in Turkey," but that doesn't necessarily mean that the clothes are ethical. If they are, you'll usually see labels like Fair Trade, Organic Cotton, or GOTS certified. You can also look for certifications from reputable organizations like the Fair Labor Association or the Worker Rights Consortium. These organizations inspect factories to ensure that they meet certain standards. Finally, you can try to buy from brands you trust. Do your research and find brands that are known for their ethical practices. But it's not enough to just focus on what we buy. We also need to think about how we dispose of our clothes. When we're done with an item of clothing, we have three options. We can throw it away, we can donate it, or we can sell it. Throwing clothes away is obviously the worst option. Not only does it contribute to landfill waste, but it also releases methane into the atmosphere. Donating clothes is a better option, but it's important to choose a reputable charity. Some charities will sell donated clothes to fund their work, while others will simply throw them away. If you're not sure what to do with your clothes, consider selling them online or at a consignment shop. This way you can give them a second life and make some money back on your investment. So what makes Istanbul special? What is it about this city that makes it the ethical fashion capital of the world? Well, first of all, Istanbul is home to a number of innovative startups that are changing the way we think about fashion. These companies are using new technologies and business models to create more sustainable and ethical clothing. For example, some companies are using blockchain technology to track the provenance of their clothes. This makes it easier to ensure that the clothes are made in a factory that meets certain standards. Other companies are setting up online platforms that connect consumers directly with garment workers. This helps ensure that garment workers receive a fair price for their work and that consumers know exactly where their clothes are coming from. In addition to these startups, Istanbul is also home to a number of universities that are teaching the next generation of ethical fashion leaders. These universities are turning out graduates who are passionate about sustainability and social responsibility. The city's fashion industry is also supported by a number of government initiatives. The Turkish government is committed to making Istanbul a global hub for ethical fashion. They've launched a number of programs to promote sustainable manufacturing and help businesses comply with international standards. But perhaps most important of all is the city's unique culture. Istanbul is a city that values quality over quantity. The city's residents are discerning consumers who are willing to pay more for well-made, durable goods. This attitude is reflected in the city's booming leather industry. Istanbul is home to some of the best leather goods in the world. The city's tanners are renowned for their skill and craftsmanship, and Istanbul's leather products are prized by consumers for their quality and durability. In recent years, Istanbul has become a popular destination for international buyers looking for high-quality, ethically made goods. Many European and American brands are sourcing their products from Istanbul factories, and the city is also attracting the attention of luxury brands. In fact, some of the world's most famous designers are now using Istanbul-made fabrics and leather goods in their collections. But despite all these successes, Istanbul still has a long way to go. The city's fashion industry is still heavily reliant on fast fashion, and the city needs to do more to protect the rights of garment workers. However, with the city's commitment to sustainability and its pool of talented designers and manufacturers, Istanbul is well on its way to becoming the ethical fashion capital of the world. If you're interested in learning more about ethical fashion, we recommend checking out the following resources. The first is the website of the Fair Labor Association. The FLA is an independent non-profit organization that works to improve working conditions in global supply chains. Their website provides a wealth of information on ethical fashion and how to make more responsible choices when shopping for clothes. Another great resource is the website of the Worker Rights Consortium. The WRC is another independent non-profit organization that works to protect the human rights of workers in the global supply chain. Their website has a database of factory inspections as well as information on how to get involved in their important work. Finally, we recommend following some of the thought leaders in the ethical fashion space on social media. One such individual is Lucy Sikkanen. Lucy is a writer and speaker who has written extensively on the subject of ethical fashion. She's a great follow for all the latest news and insights on this rapidly evolving field. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed learning more about Istanbul, the ethical fashion capital of the world. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Till next time, happy ethical fashioning.